Hi guys, it's me, Miss Kim, and today we're launching our Roots campaign, Reaching Others, Offering Thanks and Service. In order to do that, we've invited some special guests to come and talk to you.
Hi, I'm Jan Hansen, and I am Addie's and Violet's grandmother. And I was asked to tell you what I do, and one of the things that I do to help others is to help the orphans. And I try to help them have safety, shelter, and sustainability. And that means that the children will be able to have a safe place to lay their heads at night, and they would be able to be protected so they can do good things as they grow up, and that they can have good food to eat and raise their own money to get food to eat and raise their own crops and things like that. And so I decided at one time that what would God want me to do with my life that would make him very happy? And that thing was to help the orphans. And so I decided that that's what I was going to do. I was going to do whatever I could to help an orphan have safety, shelter, and sustainability. And one of the things that I always say for everybody who is interested in doing volunteer work or helping in some way, we can't do it all, but we can all do something. And so I would ask you, what would you like to do to help an orphan? And then look for an opportunity to do that.
Hi, I'm Steve Berry, and I'm Abigail Matthews' dad. I'm also a member of the school's Board of Governors, which is a group of people that helps Miss Kim run the school. And I teach a computer science class to the middle school. These are examples of volunteering. I don't have to do these things. I'm not paid to do them. It's not my job. I do it because it's helpful to the school. And this is what volunteering is all about. Now, there are instances in our lives where there are people in our community or outside our community, maybe even outside our country, who need help. They either can't help themselves or they can't afford to get the help. And they rely on volunteers to assist them. And I think this is part of God's plan. God's given us the ability to help others, and I think it's important for all of us, and it's a great experience for all of us to help others. I think this is a great way for us to get back to our communities and to enrich our lives, and to learn. In many instances, as a volunteer, you're doing things that maybe you haven't done before. You're meeting people you haven't met before, maybe in different cultures, and it's a really fun and exciting way to learn new things. And it also just feels good. It feels good to help other people, and it feels good knowing that what you've done is appreciated. So that's what volunteering has brought to my life, and my hope is that you will look to volunteer in some way in your community or in other communities as you go through your life. Thank you.
Hi, this is Dave Schwartz. I'm Ava's dad. I'm going to give you a quick little message on how I volunteer. About a few years ago, I was able to do a sabbatical at the United Way, and they taught me to do what they would call live united. To live united, it means to give, to advocate, or to volunteer. And giving, I give all sorts, to give to all sorts of places, whether it be children that don't have enough money to buy food or even go to school. Also children that need surgery, but their parents don't have any money. They still have to have the surgery, so it's called uncompensated care, and I give money to that. Second, advocate, to become an advocate for people that don't have voices, not actual physical voices, but the world just doesn't listen to them like they would listen to someone like myself or someone like you. And when it comes to being an advocate, it's usually for the elderly, handicapped, or the poor. Specific for me, become an advocate for the number 211. Many of you might not even know that it exists, but if you dial 211, you'll get information on housing if you don't have any place to sleep that night, job assistance if you don't have a job, food for a food bank, health care, or even if you're a veteran, special services for you. And the third is volunteering. Most of my volunteering is sports related. I think it's so important for kids to stay active, to make smart nutritional choices. So as I coach girls in softball or basketball or soccer, I teach them those things, and we have fun doing it. And then they'll hopefully grow up to make those choices. In addition to that, just being a good community member, live in an area where there's several areas that no one owns. So 3 or 4 times a year, the community gets together. We get our weed eaters, we get our gloves. We weed eat, we mow the lawn, we pick up trash. And those are just a few of the ways that I give, that I become an advocate, and I volunteer. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Jake, and I am Hannah and Ethan's dad. And I get to share with you what I do for volunteering. I don't really think of it in terms of volunteering. I think of it in terms of serving. And right now I serve at my church on junior high staff and get to hang out and pray with and share Jesus with a bunch of junior hires. And I think junior hires rock. And you know who you are out there. And what I've learned about serving or volunteering, what I've learned about with serving for me is that when I serve, I'm really serving God. And there's no greater thing than serving God. And the other thing I've learned too is I've realized that I'm created to serve, that we're all created to serve. We don't just take up space. And we're here for a reason, and God created us to serve. And the other thing I've learned, the last thing I've learned is it gives my life meaning. It gives my life purpose, that I'm more than just my job or school or whatever I'm doing. That serving gives my life a deeper meaning. There's this great passage in the Bible in Matthew where Jesus exposes this myth about greatness, because we all want to be great. And he kind of changes the rules and shocks his disciples, because they came to him and they said, Jesus, what does it look like to be great? And what Jesus said was, he says, you know what? You want to be great? You forget what the world says about greatness. And here it is. He says, you want to be great? You serve. You want to be first? Put yourself last. You want to be the best? Be the least. Because we're never more like Jesus than when we serve. All right. God bless you.
So now the question is, how will you serve? How will you reach others offering thanks and service? Don't forget, just because you're young doesn't mean you can't make a difference. In 1 Timothy 4:12 it says, don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. I can't wait to see what you come up with. You'll get to share your experiences at our 3rd Expo this April.